There's not a word for how devastating that is to hear about. And so I think the environment just needs to be made a lot safer all around. Obviously, my relationship to it has and is currently and has been changing, and I'm reprocessing a lot of what the experience was like. I think that the environment needs to be made safer if kids are going to be acting, and I think there should be therapists. I think there should be parents allowed to be wherever they want to be.
Hey, Gossip Fam, we've got a big one today. Ariana Grande has finally spoken out about the Nickelodeon abuse allegations. She opened up on Penn Badgley's podcast, and we're breaking down everything she said and the reactions from fans and celebrities alike. Welcome back to What's the Gossip? Today, we're diving into Ariana Grande's recent revelations about her time at Nickelodeon. After months of speculation and pressure from the public, Ariana has addressed the allegations of abuse that plagued the network. Let's get into the details and the broader implications of her statements. Stick around because this story isn't just about Ariana's comments. We're diving into the darker side of Nickelodeon and how this revelation might impact the entertainment industry. Trust me, you don't want to miss this.
I think not only on kids' sets. I think if anyone wants to do this, or music or anything, at the level of exposure that it means to be on TV or to do music with a major label or whatever, there should be in the contract something about therapy is mandatory twice a week.
On Penn Badgley's podcast, Ariana Grande finally broke her silence on the allegations of abuse at Nickelodeon. She shared her experiences and the challenges she faced as a young star on shows like Victorious and Sam and Cat. Ariana expressed that she was terrified to speak out earlier due to the fear of backlash and not being believed.
A lot of people don't have the support that they need to get through performing at that level at such a young age, but also dealing with some of the things that the survivors who've come forward, and there's not a word for how devastating.
Fans and celebrities have been vocal about Ariana's revelations. Some defended her decision to stay silent for so long, pointing out that it's incredibly difficult for victims to come forward, especially when they are young and vulnerable. Sunny Hostin from The View previously criticized Ariana for not speaking out sooner, sparking a debate about the responsibilities of public figures to address their past experiences.
Sunny Hostin has called out Ariana Grande for not speaking up against Dan Schneider. This happened during the most recent episode of The View, where Sunny randomly started calling her out. During a statement on TV, Sunny said, "I often tell people if you're a true ally, if something is happening in a room, if you see it happening to me, a true ally says at that moment, don't do that, you shouldn't do that." Sarah Haynes responded to her on live air and said, "Just to clarify, these were kids when this all happened."
Ariana described the transition from being a Nickelodeon star to a successful music artist as both liberating and terrifying. She discussed how her time on Nickelodeon impacted her mental health and career decisions. Ariana revealed that breaking away from her Nickelodeon image was a significant challenge, and she felt immense pressure to conform to a particular persona.
The beautiful thing about it was that Liz and I got to fall in love with these characters that we created and learn what it feels like to be so in a character that you can't, separate yourself from it. And there were things like that, but the rest of it is still being worked on.
The allegations against Nickelodeon surfaced in the Quiet on Set docuseries, which exposed the toxic work environment and instances of abuse that many child stars faced. Former Nickelodeon star Drake Bell and others have come forward with their stories, shedding light on the darker side of the beloved kids network.
Because if I tried to go and talk to that little boy, with all of that going through my head and my mind, what am I going to tell him?
Terrified and confused, he says he kept it a secret for a long time, eventually confiding in his mom.
Ariana's decision to speak out has reignited discussions about the entertainment industry's treatment of young stars. The revelations could lead to more scrutiny of how child actors are treated and push for reforms to ensure their safety and well-being. Fans are calling for more transparency and accountability from networks and production companies.
Investigation Discovery's latest docuseries, Quiet on Set: The Dark Side of Kids TV, gives viewers an inside look into the allegations of toxic workplace culture in many children's TV series produced in the 90s and 2000s by Dan Schneider.
Here's what I think. Ariana Grande's courage to speak out is commendable. It's a stark reminder of the challenges young stars face in the industry and the importance of supporting victims of abuse. Her story could inspire others to come forward and share their experiences. Adding to the controversy, some reports suggest that Ariana and her victorious co-star Elizabeth Gillies might have been offered hush money to stay silent about their experiences. This claim, if true, adds another layer to the complex narrative of how these allegations were handled by Nickelodeon. Let's also consider the broader implications. Ariana's story is part of a larger pattern of abuse in the entertainment industry. Her revelations could lead to significant changes in how child actors are protected and how allegations of misconduct are addressed.
I'm glad that this conversation is happening here and also in the world, because it's also just kind of a cultural shift that's happening where it's not just actors and singers and whatever. If you ask anyone who's ever worked ever, if they've ever been sort of like, dealt with a boss that had a really bad ego and temper and whatever, or if they've been sexually harassed or even assaulted, or it's everywhere.
While it's important to support Ariana for speaking out, it's equally crucial to hold accountable those who perpetuated the toxic environment at Nickelodeon. The industry must learn from these revelations and take concrete steps to protect its young talents. Before we wrap up, consider this. How will Ariana Grande's revelations impact her career and the future of Nickelodeon? Stay tuned as we continue to follow this explosive story. That's the latest on Ariana Grande's courageous step to break her silence on Nickelodeon abuse allegations. What do you think about her decision to speak out now? Will this lead to real change in the industry? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let's get this conversation started. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates from What's the Gossip. We've got more eye-opening stories coming your way. See you next time.